Hey everybody, my name is Paolo. Welcome back. And today we're going to draw a skull. And a skull is comprised of a circle for the head and a square or rectangle shape for the jaw. And here are the two of those shapes. And by the way, while we're at it, I'd like to say hi to Adam out there and Max as well. So now that I have these two shapes, I can actually add in the middle part here and make my sections that'll help me draw in the eyes and the nose and the mouth. And I'll draw the circle for the eye, the left eye, and a circle for my right eye as well. And then a triangle for the nose. These shapes are the basic elements to drawing a perfect skull. And then I need to draw in the mouth, but to do that, I'm going to use my face technique here, which is to draw a line where my mouth should be. And then to determine the width of the mouth, I'll start from the top of my triangle, just like we did with the face in my second video. I'm going to draw out a little bit darker line here. The next step is to add some bone features to the side of the eyes, and the bone feature is curved just like the outside part of the eye right here. And I'll do the eyebrow area just in the same way, following out that curve, this curve here, matching it to the eyebrow. And then I'm going to redraw the eye a little bit because the skull isn't really, the skull eye isn't really a circle, it's more of a square. Or you can think of a melted ice cube, it's sort of like a rounded out square. I'm going to redraw these in. To make it more skull-like. And if ever you want to draw a skull, you can always use images on the internet to help you draw your skull. Oh, now cheekbones, of course. Cheekbones are circles too. So I draw these two circles, and then from the circles I'm going to draw out the outer edge here from that jawbone. It's the cheekbone actually. And I'm going to make these lines a little bit darker, curve it down to the bottom to where the teeth were going to be. And do the other side here. Curve it down. That's where the teeth are going to attach. Erase these lines. Get that out of the way so that you can see a little bit better. And I think I'm going to erase the nose. I feel that the nose isn't properly drawn here, so I'm going to draw an upside down heart instead. That's an elongated upside down heart. And that's pretty much what the skull nose looks like. So it's curve the bottom. Leave a little divot there, so it's like the upside down heart. And there's a line that goes down the middle too. It's like where your nose is split inside your skull. I guess it's for the where your sinuses are. Then I want to commit a little bit more to the top of the skull, make it a little bit rounder, or give it a bit more shape. So I'm going to darken in these lines just a little bit more, making my skull a one-piece drawing here. And I think I'm going to clean up my page. I'm really dirtying it up today, so eraser to the rescue. And clean up the inside of the top of the skull too. Get rid of some of those extra lines. There you go. Add a few more forehead lines here. And the next part, of course, is having to draw the jaw part. And that's pretty simple. The jaw is made up of a rectangle shape with tapered edges, and you want to think of the jaw and the chin when you're going to be doing that. And it's not really difficult, so I'm going to draw in the top part here a little bit more, just to see where my jaw needs to attach to, and then I'm going to draw that jaw part. So the next step is to pull down a line from the left side here all the way down, and then stop to where your first square was and turn in to where you would have a chin line, just like that. Then curve out the bottom. Now, oh, my hands are really dirty, so I'm going to erase this. That's what's dirtying my page. And erasing your hand really helps, keeping the page clean. You can try that out at home. It works out pretty good. So I'm going to keep doing this here. Draw a line. There's a hole here on the side behind the teeth. And so I'm going to pull a few lines from down here and then draw the bottom part where the bottom teeth would be, and flesh out the chin a little bit more. I have a dimple on my chin, so I'm going to add a dimple on this one too. Alright, finish out those lines a little bit more. I don't like the mouth line, so I'm going to redraw it. And because it was too dark, I'm going to draw the teeth immediately, so there won't be any lines there to guide me. So I'm just going to draw the teeth the way I'd like them to be, wherever I want them to be. They can be straight, they can be crooked. It's your skull, you decide where you want your teeth to be. And their size too. Bottom teeth generally are smaller than top teeth. And if you like, you can smile at a mirror and see what your smile looks like and repeat them here. Next step is I want to add a few more lines to the face, and then I want to determine that I need to flesh out these lines. The ones I want to keep, make them darker. Very important to make dark lines. The ones I want to keep them darker. Do the same thing to the top. Is not what I want to do is make my skull look angry, so I'm going to give him a little bit of a scowl. It's like angry at something, you know. It is a Halloween skull, so we'll make him angry. And, you know, skulls don't really have emotion, but you can do emotion to yours. Now my light's coming this way today, so I'm going to add some shadowing and make that skull a bit rounder. And you want to keep the shading in a rounded shape, just like if you were shading an eggshell. So wherever the shadow is, I'm going to curve it. So the left side, or the left side is the lit side, and the right side is the darkened side. I'm going to just use hatching here to darken in the side of my skull. All right. Now the light will be blocked on this side, inside the eye, of course, because the light's coming this way. So this side will be lit, and the top side will be dark. I'm going to darken here, and I'm going to darken the top part, but make sure to avoid the bottom part. That's where the light will be hitting. Inside there, I'll make certain parts a little bit darker, so it looks like there's detail inside that eye. I'm going to speed up the other one because it's essentially the same. Then I'm going to do the right side of the nose. That's where there's shadow there too, just like the right side of the head. Same thing. No light hitting there. And I'm going to do the same thing to the cheekbone. Darken that out. And to the eye bone. Do the same thing on this side. Darken the outer side of the eyebrow. Same thing to the inside of the nose. I'm going to make it a little bit darker onto the left side here. Darken out those lines. And yeah, make it darker still, because there's a hole inside that place. It goes all the way into the skull. Then I want to start darkening around the teeth and giving it a little bit of a shadow there, which gives us a little bit more of a 3D look. A little, you know, cross hatching going all the way to the top. And this side here, it's a hole there in the middle, so I'm not going to darken that, but I will darken this side of the jaw, going all the way down. Same thing on this side where light's not touching that part of the jawbone. Darken that out. And because the light's coming this way, I want to darken this side of the chin and the other side as well. There you go. Then I'm going to darken out some of these shadows and lines. I'll commit to them a little bit. Redraw those in a little bit darker. The light's this way, so you want to make sure that curve is nice and drawn. Add a few more lines under the eyes. What are these little skull cracks that go to the top of the skull? Make it more realistic. Adding those cracks, just like that. Add more shadow lines at the bottom to make it a little bit more realistic and clean up my page. And that's pretty much how you draw a skull. I mean, not much more detail, but make sure to erase these little parts here, because you're supposed to see through there, and that has to be super clean. And this will give me my opportunity to show you how to draw one of my favorite characters anyway, who has a skull for a face, and you may know who this is. I'm going to draw at a fast speed here, but with some practice you'll be able to draw him too. Darken in the eyes here, add a little bit more features and flesh that out. Give the jawbone, and flames, of course. So some of you already know who this is. So there you have it, the second drawing that can be dedicated to Halloween. A basic skull and Ghost Rider. So happy Halloween everybody, and safe trick-or-treating. See you next time, take care.